What's happening, podcasters? My name is Sebastian Rusk, and I help marketers and entrepreneurs just like you launch successful podcasts. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to know in order to create promotional content for your podcasts. Audiograms, videograms, specific content to help you better understand how you can market your podcast. Why? Well, let's face it, marketing an audio piece of content isn't the easiest course, but it's not impossible. I'm going to show you a few hacks that I've learned along the way. Let's get started. Okay, first things first, you must have some form of cover art for your podcast. So if you're just getting started, you need to create this. If you're already started, you probably already have it. The reason you need cover art, well, that's what shows up in iTunes and Spotify and iHeartRadio and Stitcher and the other places that your podcast could potentially live. And it's the only visual that people see in addition to being able to read what the episode is all about. So it's very, very important to have it. Obviously, would just be there with, well, you actually can't have a podcast without being able to create cover art. Apple just won't allow. Number one. Number two, you can always utilize that as a marketing flyer, a marketing piece, a way that you market the show ongoing, whatever the case may be. But I like to take it a step further. In past videos, in fact, the last one that I did that talked about how to create a snippet for your podcast, I talked about being able to create an audiogram or a videogram. Well, what's that? Well, you'd open up a program like iMovie for you Mac users. You'd open up iMovie and you'd put your podcast art in, and then you would put the audio in, and then you would save it as a movie, right? It would just be a static image with audio, but you're creating a video. So what can you do then? Well, you can put it on Facebook, you can boost the post, you can run an ad, you can run an ad on Instagram stories, tell people to go to the link in your bio to be able to listen to your podcast. Great way to be able to market your podcast. Probably the number one way to do it is to create an audiogram. There's a couple other tools out there. Let's back up for a second. If you haven't created, or you havenent started your show yet and you haven't created cover art, you need to do that. You can do that through Canva. Canva is an amazing tool that turns you into a graphic designer today. So if you have any questions about creating cover art for your podcast, just leave a comment below. I'll reply back to you. We'll get in touch and I can point you in the right direction as to what you need to know. Now, there's a couple other tools out there. I wrote a nifty little list down here. There's an app and a software called Headliner. Headliner allows you to put the title of your video, allows you to put an actual video, and then it transcribes the information. Subtitle, you're seeing that pop up on the screen. Subtitle does the same exact thing. These are all apps and tools that allow you to actually get in and create things like audiograms, videograms, so that you can take snippets or your cover art or any marketing collateral that you have and create some actual small micro pieces of content to talk about your show, encourage people to subscribe to your show, etc., etc. Listen, if you start a podcast and you don't tell anybody about it, it's very comparable to having a billboard in the middle of the woods that no one is ever going to see. So you've got to be able to create promotional marketing pieces of content to market on LinkedIn and Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and wherever you feel your audience is, and you can get the most exposure as possible. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you're subscribed to it and you share it with people that you share content with. If you have questions about creating promotional content for your podcast, go ahead and leave a comment below. I respond to each and every one of you beautiful people. It is my distinct pleasure. I'm Sebastian Rusk, and I'll see you next time.